Hello everyone, welcome. Hi, how are you? Hello, welcome back. Juliet, how are you, dear? Thank you so much for joining. Welcome. Oh, good to hear. Comments your beautiful name. Juliet, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. Double tap on your screens. Don't forget to subscribe. Dear Juliet, welcome. Let's see who is next. Hey everyone, how are you? Thank you so much for joining, dear. Comments your beautiful name. Thank you for subscribing. Hi, dear Shania. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Talia. Here is yours. Welcome. Hi, Haley. Here is yours. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, you're most welcome, dear. Thank you. Hi, hi dear Ima. Here is yours. Katie. Okay. Hello. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Isa. Here is yours. Thank you so much. Hello, dear Nasima. Here is yours. Hi, dear Amu. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Heaven. Here is yours. Hello, dear Leah. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Sawana. Here is yours. Hey, dear Emmanuel. Here is your beautiful name. And what was the second? Let me check. Amara. Here is yours, dear. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hi, dear Zunera. Here is yours. Hi, dear Shlok. Here is your good name. Hey, dear Rachel. Here is yours. Hi, dear Reedy. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Ilune. Here is yours. What a unique name you have, dear Ilune. Hi dear Cosmino, here is yours. Hey dear Mayhem, here is a good name. Hi Sky, welcome. Oh, happy birthday. Here is yours. Happy birthday, dear Sky. May you live long. Hi dear Hyper, here is a good name. Hi dear Falak, here is yours. Hello dear Eleanor, here is a good name. Hi dear Karis, here is yours. Hello dear Samira, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Risha, here is yours. Hello dear Anna, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Ryder, here is yours. Thank you for subscribing. Hello dear Zoe, here is yours. Hi dear Maureen, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Wasika, here is yours. Thank you so much for joining everyone. Hi dear Harim, here is a beautiful name. How are you? You're most welcome. Hi dear Lay, here is a good name. Hi dear Amy, here is yours. Hello dear Lawson, here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Dala, here is yours. Hi dear Rajvinder, here is your beautiful name, Rajvinder. Thank you so much for joining. Hi dear Hoshu, here is yours. Hello dear Lisa, here is yours. Hi dear Danny, here is your good name. Hi dear Eva, here is your. Thank you so much for subscribing, dear Eva. Hello dear Emil, here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Grace, here is yours. Hi dear Jenna, here is your good name. Hi dear Jenny, here is yours. Hi dear Sadu, here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Goo, here is yours. Hi dear Yusra, here is a good name. Hello dear Ola, here is yours. Hi dear Lavanya, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Amba, here is yours. Hello dear Mia, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Harmony, here is yours. How are you? Hello dear Sudha, here is a good name. Hello dear Olivia, here is yours. Condi, hello dear Condi, here is a good name. Happy birthday! Hi dear Zen, here is a good name. Hi dear Samya or Samya, here is yours. Hello, oh, ah, okay. Hi dear Kajal, here is yours. You changed your name? Guys, double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Hello dear Marbe, here is a good name. Hi dear Siam, here is yours. Hi dear Gauri, here is a good name. Hello dear Alia, here is yours. Wow, what a name. Hi dear Mazun, here is a good name. What a name, Amal Bhai. Hi, dear Payal, here is yours. Hello, dear Asifa, here is your good name. Hello, dear Sajina, here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hey, dear Mail, here is yours. Double tap on your screens. Let's see who is next. Arya. Hi, Arya, how are you? Here is yours. Hi, dear Mara, here is yours. Hi, dear Melissa, here is your. Let me rewrite. Melissa, here is a good name. Hi, dear Moon, here is yours. Hi, dear Tia, here is yours. Hello, dear Sarah, here is a good name. Hi, dear Ryan, here is yours. Hello, dear Nolo, here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Esma, here is yours. Hello, dear Wu Jin, here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Sad, here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hey, dear Wilson, here is your Whistler, not Wilson. Wilson, oh my god, why I am doing so much mistakes. Hi, dear Wilson, here is yours. Hello, dear Caesar, here is a good name. The person who suggested the earlier name of this ID has suggested this one as well. And who is he? Polly. Hello, dear Polly. Here is yours. Hi, dear Charles. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Asma. Here is yours. Hi, dear Freya. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Joanna. Here is yours. Hello, dear Ruwaya. Ruwaya? Ruwaya. Here is yours. She is a sister of mine in life. Like who? Are you talking about me? Hi, dear Iviana. Here is a beautiful name. Hello, dear Sanika. Here is yours. Hi, dear Nidhi. Who? Walaikum salam, Subhaji. I'm good. How about you? Here is yours. Hi, dear Daria. Here is a good name. One name each person, please. Hello, dear Arlette. Here is yours. Hello, dear Shania. Here is a good name. You know her? No, I don't know her, I think. Shania. Hey, dear Mary. Here is yours. Hello, dear. Hi, welcome. Joshua. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Farida. Here is yours. Hello, dear Amina. How are you? It is a good name. Hi, dear Key. Here is yours. Hello, dear Mariana. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Gule. Here is yours. Finally, we are literally stuck on. Hi, dear Zara. 22, 23. Like, hello, dear Uzma. How are you? Hi, dear Heather. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Javeria. Here is yours. Double tap on your screens. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hi, dear Eric. Here is yours, Euphemia. What a beautiful name you have, dear. Here is yours. Hi, I am good. How about you, dear? Hello, dear Fatima. Here is yours. Hi, dear Harry. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Samrina. Samrina, here is yours. No, I don't know about your PFP. Hi, dear Diora, here is yours. Who is he? Hello, dear Tita, here is a good name. Hi, dear Asma. I am good, dear. How about you? Here is yours. Hello, dear Padmika. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Uni. Here is yours. Hello, dear Isa. Oh, literally? PM of your country. Oh, wow. A Uni. Here is yours. Hello, dear Purvi. Yeah, here is. You're right, Subhaji. Hi, dear Nadia. Here is yours. Hi, dear Sana. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Mercy. Here is yours. Why are you so sad? Hi, dear Ujang. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear. Huh? Vijaya Kumarji? Is it your name? Hello, dear Reese. Here is yours. You're most welcome, dear. Thank you. Hi, dear Aziza. Here is a beautiful name. Hello, dear Verity. Here is yours. Hi, dear Hamna. Here is a good name. Hamna. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Gerald. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear. This is your first comment, dear Kashif. Hi, dear Miski. Here is yours. Isa was done before. Hi, dear Ebad. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Jasmine. Here is yours. Hi, dear Raydan. Here is a good name. Raydan. Hello, dear. Oh, hi, Sanjay Kumarji. How are you? Here is yours. Hello, dear Sahadev. Here is your beautiful name. You're most welcome, dear. Thank you so much. Hello, dear Smita. Here is yours. Bakht. Hello, dear Bakht. How are you? Bakht. Oh, yeah, this is the spelling. Hi, dear Mia. Here is yours. Hello, dear Raiden. Raiden. Hi, dear Sana. Welcome back. How are you? Hi, dear Joanna. Here, Joanna. Here is your beautiful name. Hello, dear Tanu. Here is yours. One name each person, Slay Queen. This is the fourth name you are writing. Hi, dear Gerald. Here is yours. Hello, dear Ika. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Lella. Here is yours. Hi, dear Manik. Here is a beautiful name. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see who is next. Astaghfirullah. Hi, dear Alexis. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Hasini. Here is yours. Hello. Let me add the question. Just wait for a minute. Amol bhai, you are not doing your duty, man. Hi, dear Zoe. Here is yours. Hello, dear Liliana. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Emma. Here is yours. Christmas. Uh huh. So good to know. Hi, dear Richard. Here is a good name. What's your favorite color? Mine is black. Hi, dear Jenny. Here is yours. Hi, dear Shelfine. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Dennis. How are you? Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Oh my god. Just give me 1 minute. Hia. Hello, dear Hia. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Ika. Here is yours. Hello. Huh? Sana? Kana. Hello, dear Kana. Here is yours. Hi, dear Anaswara. Wow, what a beautiful name you have. Anaswara. Here is yours. Hello, dear Ivan. Here is yours. Hey, Don here. Hello, dear Don. How are you? Hi, dear Abiha. Here is a good name. If I what? Abiha? Here is yours. Pet or cat? What name shall I think of? Mm, hello, dear Isabella. How are you? It's your choice. Hey, dear Sarah. Here is yours. कौन सा question संजय जी? Hello, dear Delila. Welcome back. How are you? Here is yours. Hello, dear Sarah. Here is yours. Hi, dear Aya. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Joseph. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, dear Alia. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Meadows. Here is yours. कौन सा क्वेश्चन किया है आपने? 1 मिनट, मुझे पीछे जाना पड़ेगा. फेवरेट कलर ब्लैक है पर क्या? मुझे नहीं चाहिए. सही बात है, नहीं चाहिए. चीनी भाई, आपको पता है. Hi, dear Aisha. Here is yours. Hello, dear Minan. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Rana. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Lilia. Here is yours. Hi, dear Lara. Here is a beautiful name. We are literally stuck on 44. Literally. Hi, dear Lauren. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Linda. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ifra. Here is a beautiful name. Hey, dear Nadira. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to double tap on your screens, and there is a subscribe button waiting for your finger press. Hi, welcome. I'm good. How about you, dear? Hello, dear Shakila. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Durva. Here is yours. Hi, dear. Here is yours. Is this literally your name? Ma'am, whenever I'm not here, people takes the opportunity to perform bad comments. आपकी प्रेजेंस में भी बड़े कर रहे होते हैं, बस आप नोटिस नहीं कर रहे होते भाई. Hi, dear Adrian. Here is yours. Hello, dear Alicia. Here is your good name. Yes, yes, yes, yes. Double tap on your screens. Come on, we have to break the 44 number, guys. Come on. Let's see who is next. Brianna. Hi, Brianna. Break the number and not going backward. Hello, dear B Lal. Here is your beautiful. Thanks for breaking. Hi, dear B Wake. Here is yours. Thank you. Hi, dear Malak. Here is a good name. Now we are still stuck on 44 again. Oh, wow. Hi, dear Micah. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Anaya. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. Again, what's your name? Urva. Hi, dear Urva. Here is yours. And hi, Fan. Here is yours. Hi, Samarth. How are you? Hello, Anaya. Welcome. Samarth and Anaya. Here is yours. Hey, dear Ellie. It is a good name. Thank you so much for joining. A look at the brush. Hi, dear Sienna. Here is yours. Hello, dear Nicole. Here's a good name. Hi, dear Sky. Here is yours. Hello, dear Charnel. Here is a good name. What a unique name you have. Hi, dear Naomi. Here is yours. हाँ चिन्नी भाई सॉरी मिस हो गया आपका चैट हमने क्या बोला मैंने पढ़ लिया था जो आपने बोला था लेकिन अब मैं वो पढ़ के नहीं दिखा सकती ना उल्टा ही तो बोलते हो आप मुझे हमेशा है ना Hi, dear Dino. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Diti. Here is yours. Who is ranking 44, 45? 44, 45. Let's see who's gonna be the 6-7 liker. Padho. Okay, okay. Sorry, Amul bhai. Oh, Wes wants a screenshot. Okay, okay. Let's see who is next. Double tap on your screens. Roshio. Hi, Roshio. Welcome. Hello, dear Emmy. How are you? Guys, double tap on your screens. Roshio. Roshio. Here is yours. Hello, dear Maria. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Drella. Here is yours. Let me check. Hey, dear Ella. Ma'am, this site is also in our TV and my family member now think what is the reason to keep this weird names. Okay. Hi, dear Joanna. Here is a beautiful name. Hello, hi. Welcome. Hello, dear Freya. Here is yours. Bisma. Hello, dear Bisma. How are you? Hi, welcome back, Sefu. Bisma. It is a good name. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. If your name got done here, so please do like the live and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Safu. Hi dear Safu. Here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Mahra. Here is yours. Hello dear CRU. Here is yours. Yeah, I joined twice. Hi, dear Fike, here is yours. Hey, dear Hadley, here is a good name. Sibgadia, you're talking about Muslim Bhai? No, he is not here. Hi, dear Arman, here is yours. Hi, dear Stuti, here is a good name. He's young for you. Don't forget to double tap on your screens. Hi dear Adam, here is yours. Hi dear ना मैंने नहीं देखा उनको एक दफ़ा भी अभी. Keisha, here is yours. Christmas Day, good to hear. Hi dear Loretta, here is yours. अमल भाई उनको लगता है मैं लड़का हूँ. वो मुझे बार बार यही बोलती हैं और मुझे ई सिग्नेचर्स नहीं बोलती, वो बोलती हैं एस सिग्नेचर्स. Hi dear Fatima, here is a good name. एस सिग्नेचर्स तुम आ गए, मैंने उनको 2 बार ही बताया मैं लड़की हूँ. फिर भी उन्होंने मुझे यही बोला. फिर आज मैं उनको अपना नाम बता के आई हूँ. विशाल नाम है मेरा, मैं लड़की हूँ. Hey dear Cathy, here is a good name. ये पता नहीं क्या कर रही है कैट मेरी. Hello dear Ritika, here is a beautiful name. Hey dear Madison, here is yours. Thank you for joining, guys. Double tap on your screens. Hi dear Fiza, here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Shaima, here is yours. Yes, I am, alhamdulillah. Hi dear. Yes. क्या हुआ है? क्या हुआ है? क्यों बोल रहे हो? जी इधर आओ मेरे पास. Monica. Hi dear Monica, here is yours. Hey dear Aki, here is a good name. Hi dear Imona, here is yours. Guys, double tap on your screens. Let's see who is next. Alfaj. Hi dear Alf. Yes, Alfaj, here is yours. Guys, sorry ये मेरी कैट थोड़ा बोल रही है उसके लिए. ठीक है? Sorry. Apeksha. Hello dear Apeksha. Here is a good name. Hi dear Noelia. Here is a good name. Hi dear Ashi. Here is yours. Hello dear Kade. Here is a good name. Hi dear Zakia. Here is yours. उस्मान मलिक, मैंने आपको ही रिप्लाई किया है. यस आई एम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. ये मैंने आपको रिप्लाई किया था भाई. Hi dear Sida, here is a good name. Hi dear Bhavya, here is yours. Hello dear, my battery is dying but leaving the stream feels harder. It's okay. Charging पे लगा के साथ में बैठ जाओ भाई. Hi dear Naisa, here is a good name. Hey dear Ray. मैं तभी इतनी देर से बोल रही थी कि आपका कोई कमेंट नहीं आया अभी तक. Hi dear Lyle, here is a good name. Guys, double tap on your screens. अरे अरे ये क्या किया मैंने? एक मिनट ठहरें ज़रा. Hi dear Hanan, here is a beautiful name. Hey dear Jolly, here is yours. Hello, dear Asila. Here is your beautiful name. Nida. No, no, Nida, no, Fida. Hi, dear Fida. Here is yours. Hi, dear Myla. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Leo. Here is yours. चलें किसी की वजह से अरे किसी की वजह से नहीं चलो मेरी वजह से किसी के फेस पे तो स्माइल आई है भाई बिगेस्ट गेम प्ले हाय डियर डाइटर हियर इज योर्स क्या ऐसे ही स्क्रॉल करते करते सामने आ गई थी फिर मैंने ज्वाइन कर लिया हाय डियर जैसू हियर इज योर्स हेलो डियर जीसो हियर लॉन्ग टाइम नो सी हाय डियर नेविश हियर इज योर्स Hi dear Gausia, here is your beautiful name. क्यों हंसे हो क्या हुआ क्या हुआ मुझे भी बताओ मैंने भी हंसना है Hi dear Wakib, here is your good name. Guys, double tap on your screens and let's see who's gonna be the 6-7 liker. Hello dear Suida, here is yours. अरे अल्लाह माफ़ करे मैंने आपको ही बताया है भाई एक सवाल क्यों बार बार पूछ रहे हो Hey dear Ada, here is yours. How are you this funny and this cute at the same time? Illegal, honestly. मुझे सच में समझ में नहीं आया डम भी साथ बोलना था डम भी मैं बहुत हूँ मुझे समझ नहीं आया आपने क्या बोला था पहले मैंने पूरा कमेंट ही नहीं पढ़ा ना इसलिए हेलो डियर फेलोना हियर इज योर बस उसमें से गेम प्ले वाला वर्ड पढ़ा था मैंने जल्दी जल्दी गुजर गया फिर हाय डियर माहम हियर इज योर ब्यूटीफुल नेम हेलो डियर गुनगुन गुनगुन हियर इज योर्स हाय डियर Sakshi, here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Dilda. Here, yes, yes, yes. Here is yours. Hello, dear Madison. Another Madison we have. Welcome. Here is yours. Thank you. Means a lot. Hey, dear Ada. Here is a good name. Oh yeah, यही मैंने आपको बताया मेरी लाइफ पीछे चल रही है कोई बात नहीं रिफ्रेश कर लो Hi dear Zainab, here is your beautiful name. Hello dear मेरी भी पीछे चल रही है जिसमें मैं कमेंट पढ़ रही हूँ वो वाली से Hello dear Thelma, here is yours. पीछे चल रही है या आगे चल रही है वहाँ पे 70 है यहाँ पे 69 है Hi dear Afra, here is your good name. Hey dear favor, here is yours. Guys, double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button there. Nana दादी मेरे पीछे चल रही ओ ओ ओ टीचर का फोन इधर से नहीं आए yes yes yes guys just a second just give me 1 second yes okay बैठ जाओ कोई बात नहीं बैठ जाओ Hi dear Lela, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Ada, here is yours. Hello dear Krisha, here is your beautiful name. I'm not gonna tell. Hi dear Mahnur, here is yours. Hello dear... Oh no, nothing. Hey dear Ray, and here is a good name. Hi dear Phoebe. Oh, Phoebe. Phoebe. Hello, dear Brian. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Amber. Here is yours. Hello, dear Isa. Here is your beautiful name. Yes, yes. Why are you? Yeah. क्या हुआ पता नहीं क्यों बोल रही है भाई ये Hey, dear Nova. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Tia. Here is yes, yes. Okay, Mahi. Hello, dear Mahi. Here is yours. Hi, dear Zay. Here is a good name. Hello, dear Odinaxon. Odinaxon. Odinaxon. Here is yours. ले सफो Q&A वीडियो देखो जाके, उसमें सब बताया है डिटेल से. Hi dear Kuna, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear LYKKE. Here is yours. Thank you so much, Suman. क्या पूछा चीनी भाई, मिस हो क्या? Hi dear Annie, here is yours. Okay. Hi dear Rani, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Marty, here is yours. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Don't forget to double tap on your screen. Yes, Usman, what are you saying? Hi dear Ruth, here is yours. Hello dear Hasini, here is your beautiful name. Me please, what is yours? Hi dear Yash, here is yours. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hello dear Pradeep, here is yours. Thank you, Amira. Thank you so much for the compliment, dear. Lots of love. Hi dear Eden, here is a good name. Hi dear Huran, here is yours. Hi dear Amrit, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Saggy, here is yours. Hi dear Busra, here is a beautiful name. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's see who is next. Farisa. Hi dear Farisa, here is a beautiful name. Hello dear Vinci, here is yours. Hi dear Mahi, here is a beautiful name. You are from Turkey. Hi, merhaba. Miss Elson. Hey dear Fari, here is yours. Hello dear Dia, it is a good name. Hi dear Maris, here is a beautiful name. Literally stuck on 7776. Hi dear Lian, here is yours. How are you? Hello dear Mukarram, here is a good name. How are you? Hi dear Haza, here is a good name. Hi dear Remark, here is yours. You are lucky becoming my lucky or lucky? Hi dear Mizna, here is yes. हाँ भाई क्यों बोल रहे तुम? क्यों बोल रहे हो? क्या हुआ है? Guys, double tap on your screen. We are literally stuck on 7-6. Not 6-7, 7-6. Hey dear Emma, here is a good name. Hi dear Sophia, here is yours. क्या हुआ है चीनी भाई? Hello dear. Let's see who is next. Eat. Oh. No. Hanya, here is yours. हाँ जी, आना है. आ जाओ. आना है तो आओ ना. पर ऐसे बोलो नहीं. छोड़ो, नहीं करो. अच्छा दिखाइए अब क्या नाम है अगला. Loki means secretly थोड़ा सा like secretly becoming my. अच्छा चलो मान लेते हैं आपने बोला तो. Hi, dear Vajiha. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Sigrid. Here is yours. Hi, dear Roseline. Here is your beautiful name. What happened? What happened, dear? Hi, dear. Let me check the spelling. Is your name uh, Storm Star? Okay, dear Storm Star. Here is yours. Kokomo. Kokomo. Here is yours. Yes. Are you alright? Are you alright? What's going on? Hi, dear Rumi. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Ria. Here is yours. Yes, yes. Guys, double tap on your screens. Hi, dear Ruben. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Lu Jan. Here is yours. What are you doing, dear Bella? Thank you for subscribing. Let Yes. क्या कर रही हो? कभी मेरी गोद में आके बैठती है फिर चुप करके बैठ जाती है. दक्ष नीचे उतरती है तो बोलने लग जाती है. पता नहीं इसकी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है. क्या हो गया एकदम से आपको? अच्छी वाली तो अभी आई थी थोड़ी देर पहले. Hi dear Himanshu, here is a good name. My cat hears your cat. Don't know why she is meowing. Hi dear Jin, here is yours. Hello dear. Oh, okay, let me check. Kokushibo. Kokushibo. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining, dear. You are from Turkey, Dilda. Dilda. Merhaba, Niselsen. मिलने का उस लड़की से मिलना है मिला दो दादी. कौन सी लड़की? Imagine one day I meet you and say, ma'am, autograph please. You give it that. बोलो मैं किसी से नहीं मिलती. ऑनलाइन ऑटोग्राफ दूंगी मैं आपको. Hi dear Myra, here is a good name. आपका ही नाम लिखेंगे ऐसे, ठीक है? ऑटोग्राफ में भी. अरे मैं क्यों ऑटोग्राफ दूंगी? मैं कौन सा सेलिब्रिटी हूँ इतनी बड़ी? Hi dear Noah, here is yours. Hello dear Farisa, here is a good name. Yes. No, बोलो आज क्या हुआ है? Thank you. You're most welcome, dear Darshana. Darshana. Here is yours, Diana. Hi, Kevin. Welcome. How are you? It is a good name, dear Kevin. Hi, dear Diana. Here is your beautiful name. कैसे मिलेगी? Ansi. Hello, dear Ansi. Here is yours. Let me focus. Celebrity vibes तो हैं honestly. अरे नहीं नहीं, मैं बस एक आम सी इंसान हूँ. फेमस ना सही. क्या बोला है नीचे वाला? हाँ, thank you भाई. Hi dear Sujud, here is a good name. Hi dear Miracle, here is yours. Thank you so much for joining everyone. Hi dear Noah, here is a good name. Hello dear Kanika, here is yours. Hannah? Christmas, oh good to know. Hello, dear Sabina. Here is your beautiful name. मिशाल मिशाल के आगे क्या लिखा है ये बहन? Hey dear Mishal, here is yours. Hello dear Tasnua, here is your good name. Hi dear Bisrat, here is yours. Hi dear Daneury, here is a good name. Hi dear Mariam, here is yours. What? Wait, I'm curious now. What's it? Q&A देखो ना भाई, उसके अंदर सब बताया है मैंने, अभी तो मैंने बताया आपको. If you wanna know about me in detail, so watch the Q&A video which is uploaded on my channel. हो सकता है मैं डर भी कर दूँ. Hi dear Tolga, here is yours. Hello dear Zoya, here is a good name. Double tap on your screen. You give mature plus cute plus vibes. How old are you, by the way? Hehe. Thank you. Hi dear Emily, here is a good name. What do you think? Guess कर सकते हो आप? Hi dear Neha, here is a good name. Hi dear Arman, here is yours. We are literally stuck on 87. Can we make it 97 at least? Q&A video. हाँ 90 साल की तौबा अस्तगफिरुल्लाह. Hi dear Dave, here is yours. Hi dear. Okay, jungle for you. Arnie. Hi dear Arnie, here is your beautiful name. Hello dear Alicia, here is yours. Already. Hi dear Sahasra, here is your good name. करीब करीब ही गेस किया है लेकिन मैं बताऊंगी नहीं फिर भी. Hi dear Saima, here is yours. Hello, my name is Medicine and oh, another medicine we have. Welcome. How are you? Here is yours. Cecilia. Here is yours. Hello, dear Megha. Here is your good name. You are guessing? I am guessing you are. Maybe you are right, maybe you are not. Hey, dear Arhan, here is yours. Hello, dear Hamza. Hamza? Hamza or Hamna? Hamna. Let me check. Hamna, yeah. Here is yours, guys. Double tap on your screen. 24-26 के बीच में होगी दादी की बच्ची. नहीं, इतनी भी नहीं अभी इतनी बड़ी नहीं हूँ मैं. Hi dear Amar, here is yours. Hello dear Zafar, here is a good name. Now you're done, guess my age. Maybe you are 21, maybe. Hello dear Maritza, here is yours. Hi dear Zafar, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Kuliva, here is yours. Thanks, you're most welcome. Hi dear, what's her name? Andrea? Moise. Hello dear Moise, here is yours. Hi dear Liana, here is your good name. Hello Rehana, how are you? Here is yours. Okay, let's see who is. Oh my god, Bhavesh with a lot of emojis. Oh, you're most welcome. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Ruby. Here is your Sefu. I think I missed your comment. Maybe. Hi, dear Monica. Here is yours. Hello, dear Zed. Here is yours. Hello, dear Mois. Ah, I guess you're 21 and me 23, 24 maybe. No, I don't think so. No, I'm not 21. Hey, dear Isha. Here is yours. Hi, dear Anu. Here is yours. You don't know your age? You don't know about your age. You are telling me that maybe I am 23, 24. Hi, dear Lucia. You are not confirmed. How is it possible? Hey, dear Jasmine. Here is yours. I got you. I got you. Hi, dear Shami. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Hazel. Here is yours. Let's see who's gonna be the 100th liker. Come on, double tap on your screens. Hi, dear Zerva. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Subhan. Here is yours. Hello, dear. Uh-huh. Kaleta. Kaleta. Here is yours. Hi, dear Umar. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Anurag. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining. हर बार यही बोल के जाते हो चीनी भाई है ना I know my age. I wanna see your guessing skills. So am I right or not? Yes. Hey. Hi, dear Ahmed. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Dilfuza. Why not, dear? Here is yours. Hi, hi, dear ocean. Here is a beautiful name. Here is your. Hello, dear Rayhan. Here is a beautiful name. Is the stream lagging, guys? Zoya Zayan. दादी का नेटवर्क गया अरे नेटवर्क का रोज का मसला बन गया है क्यों कभी कभी इतना ज़्यादा लैग करने लग गया क्या करें हम चांद मियाँ हाय कम चांद मियाँ ओ नेटवर्क गया अरे गाइस डबल टैप ऑन योर स्क्रीन अभी 100 न्यूट के पड़े हैं हम लिटरली और नेटवर्क ने अलग तंग किया हुआ हाय डियर सारा हेयर इज योर्स मेरे बाजू को क्या हुआ है मम्मी oh god why hello dear Al-Safi here is yours let me read the comment Phonics Malls in Pune and Mumbai work as a contract manager, handling project costing and finalizing rates there. I don't know about them. How do I know about them, man? सब्सक्राइब कर दिया है, कर दिया। क्या नाम है, क्या लिखूं? बेस्ट फ्रेंड. Hi dear Uzan, here is a good name. Hello dear Ishita, here is yours. पता नहीं मेरे बाजू में क्यों दर्द होने लग गई है एकदम से. मम्मी, if you ever come to Phonics Mall for shopping, I can probably help you get 15 to 30% discount. अरे मैं उधर किधर आऊँ भाई. Hi dear Chahat, here is a beautiful name. Hello dear Leticia, here is yours. Wait, उधर काम करते हो भाई आप? बेस्टी और बेस्ट फ्रेंड का नाम लिखो सिस. मुझे बोल रही हैं? मेरी कोई बेस्ट फ्रेंड ही नहीं है भाई रियल लाइफ में. थी एक बहुत ही पुरानी अच्छी दोस्त, फिर उसकी शादी हो गई. Hi dear Raya, here is yours. Hello dear, हाँ, GONZOL. ओ, एनिमी का नाम लिख दो. Hi dear Kiara, here is yours. लिख दिया ना तो बवाल हो जाएगा. Nice one Zoya. Hi dear Hamza, here is yours. एक थोड़ी है. Hey dear Mabel, here is a good name. जगह ही थोड़ी पड़ जाएगी इतने सारे. Hi dear Action, here is a good name. हाँ ना, नहीं नहीं बहुत अच्छी है वो, खुश है भाई. Hi dear Henry, here is yours. क्या नाम है? अच्छा तो चलो बताओ. Then can I apply for the best friend position? इतनी आसानी से अब नहीं बनाती मैं किसी को बेस्ट फ्रेंड. Hi dear Sunny, here is yours. Hello dear Manu, here is a good name. Hi dear Faisal, अरे वाह, हार्ट नहीं डालना था साथ, राइट? Hi dear Aisha, चांद मियाँ जी. ये आप है ना आयशा जिनका नाम है? ऐसी बात है तो कर लो, कर लूँगी. Hi dear Azan, here is yours. Hey dear TAHOE, here is yours. क्या भाई साहब? Hi, कैसे हो? मम. अरे नो वर्ड, नहीं पढ़ना चाहिए ये. Hey dear Alex, मैं भी काश लिख सकती. Hi dear Leila, here is yours. ऐसे ही आजकल ऐसे ही है, सब ऐसे है. Hi dear Layla, here is a good name. Hi, okay, I will earn the position slowly then. Keep trying. Hi dear Hafsa, here is yours. कितनी गलत फहमी आपको चीनी भाई, कभी भी नहीं. Hi dear Hafsa, here is yours. Focus करने दो भाई चीनी. Hey dear Sarah, here is a good name. Hello dear Memuna, here is yours. Hi dear Servinas, here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Ace, welcome back. How are you dear? It is a beautiful name. Thank you so much for joining again. Thank you. Sagar. Hello dear Sagar, here is your guys, double tap on your screens. Hi dear Emilia. ये ठीक है क्यों नहीं बनता आजकल मेरे से? Hey dear darling, here is a beautiful name. क्या भाई साहब? Nihira is here. Hello dear Nihira. Here is your good name. Thank you for joining dear Nihira. I like your vibe. But let's see who is next. Hey, how are you doing today, girl? I'm doing good. How about you? Tisra. Oh, अच्छा. मैंने तो अपने हस्बैंड का नाम लिखवा था, मुझे लगा शायद हो गया. चलें, अल्लाह ताला अच्छे से खैर खैरियत से करें आपका निकाह. आमीन. Hey dear Sahar, here is yours. Hello dear Husna, here is a good name. Hi dear Maryam, here is yours. Actually, my name is not pronounced Akron. It's pronounced C-E. C. Directly because it's a Turkish name. Could you please rewrite it as Assyrian? Sorry, dear, if I mispronounce your name. Here is yours again. Merhaba, nasılsın? İnzalara hoş geldiniz. İyi günler. Okay. चीनी बाइसेस लेके क्या बात है? ये तो सही बात है भाई. Zoya. Hey dear Gamma, here is yours. Hey dear Zainab, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Isha, here is yours. How are you? Hello dear Ainda, here is a beautiful name. Oh, you're most welcome. Thank you. Teşekkür ederim. Hi dear Suresh, here is a good name. Hi dear Osuruk. Osuruk, here is yours. Fidan. Hello dear Fidan, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Suliha, here is yours. Hi dear Leela, here is yours. You are the cutest, dear. Thank you. Double tap on your screen, guys, and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Jungkook for you, dear. Teşekkür ederim. Hey dear Amel, here is yours. Hi dear Ashwin, here is a good name. Hi dear Stina, here is yours. Hello dear Meiji, here is your unique name. What a unique name you have. सोया ये real में लड़की है ना दादी. At least write your name once. अभी अभी मैंने लिखा था अपना, बस उसमें डबल ए डाल दिया था. बताओ बताओ उसको बताओ. दादी हूँ मैं दादी. Hey Kaka, how are you? Hi dear Kaka, here is yours. Hello dear K1, here is your beautiful name. Hi dear Safitri, here is yours. Safitri. It's so sweet. Do you know some Turkish words? Yeah, I do know some phrases like hi dear Irma. Some greeting phrases and imzalara hoş geldiniz though. Hey dear Fatima, here is yours. And Igunlar. Shah sounds like a name written for someone cute. Hee. Hi, dear Amelia. Here is a good name. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Murad. Here is yours. Hello, dear Lakshmi. Here is a good name. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. You are the cutest, dear. Thank you, Mano. Hi, Mano. How are you? Here is yours. Hello. And I do know about like how to say bye bye. Gule gule. जोया का जोया शायद कोई काम हो उसको. Hi dear Isma. Here is yours. Hello dear Layla. Here is a good name. Hi dear Anushka. Here is yours. मुझे क्या पता मुझे क्या पता हो चीनी भाई. Here is yours. Hi dear Noemi. Here is a good name. Hi dear Ali. Here is yours. Gule gule. Hi dear you one. Here is a good name. Thank you so much for joining, dear. Hi dear Yazid. Here is yours. Hello dear. Huh? Sherafta. Sherafta toy. Is it your name? फिर क्या पता है खिखी. मुझे नहीं पता भाई, मुझे नहीं पता. Hi dear Yasmin. Here is a beautiful name. Hey dear Buko, here is yours. Hello dear Charlotte, here is your beautiful name. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Double tap on your screens. Wada. Hey dear Wada, here is yours. Why not, dear? Hey dear mate, here is yours. You're most welcome. Hi dear Biso, here is a good name. Hi dear Rakshu, here is yours. You're most welcome, dear. You are the cutest. Hello dear Shahriyar. Shahriyar. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. My name is Saf Mastin. Please pronounce it correctly or I lose my aura. Saf Mastem. Hi dear Bisma. Here is a good name. I know this is an unrelated question. Please forgive me, but I like to watch a movie these days. Do you have any recommendations? Mm, Hi dear Mackenzie. Here is yours. Let me think about it. So you don't understand Hindi and Urdu. So how do I recommend you? Hi dear Aishi. Here is a good name because I like comedy movies. And सिर्फ मैंने comedy ही देखी है अभी तक जितनी देखी है. Hi dear Aisha. Here is a good name. Hello dear Emma. Here is yours. सिर्फ मेरी हैं शगुफ्ता. ओह अच्छा जोया you are here. हमें लगा शायद आप चली गई हैं. लो गलत लिखने लगी थी मैं. शगुफ्ता. ओह अच्छा अच्छा फिर ठीक है. Hi dear Franvi. Here is a beautiful name. Hi dear Alexia. Here is yours. Hi dear Victoria. Here is a beautiful name. रुको. You should watch सुनो चंदा someday best comedy drama. Honestly मैंने देखा हुआ है. मैंने छुप छुप वो क्या नाम था चुपके भी देखा हुआ है और मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा वही पसंद है. You are the bestest. Yo. Hi dear Ishar, here is yours. Hello dear Ruhi, here's a good name. Comedy was a great choice, thank you darling. You're most welcome sweetheart. Hello dear Majid, here is a good name. Hi dear Iman, here is yours. हाँ क्या पूछा आपने मुझसे जोया, आपने मुझसे कुछ पूछा था है ना? मेरे नेटवर्क को आप कहाँ से हो? अच्छा ये पूछा था, मैं यहाँ से हूँ पाकिस्तान से हूँ, मैं आपको बता देती हूँ. Hey dear Gamma, here is yours. ये आपको पता चल ही गया होगा है ना? Hi dear Samya, here is a beautiful name. You know Chanda is a fun. हाँ मैंने तो देखा हुआ है of course. इस्लामाबाद से हैं आप. वाह वाह ठंडे ठंडे इलाके से. Hi dear Umar, here is yours. हम भी आपके दूर हैं थोड़ा इतना नहीं, सेम प्रोविंस बट चलो मैं लिख के बताती हूँ यहाँ से. Hey dear Gamma, here is yours. Alicia, hello dear Alicia, here is a good name. Who's saying Valentine Day? हाँ क्या हुआ? Hi dear Shrishti, here is a beautiful name. हाँ आती है पंजाबी of course, पंजाब में रहते हैं तो आती है ना. Hi dear Nora, here is yours. Hello dear Samavia, here is a beautiful name. Hi dear friends, here is yours. ਹੋਰ ਦੱਸੋ ਹੋਰ ਕੀ ਦਸੀਏ ਗਰਮੀ ਨਾਲ ਬੁਰਾ ਹਾਲ ਹੋਇਆ ਇੱਥੇ. Hi dear Sahra, here is yours. Hello dear Stony, here is a good name. Hi dear Isra. Isra. Here is yours. अच्छा कैसे किस तरह होगी ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਲੜਾਈ? Different countries, but who knows, maybe life has a surprise meeting planned someday. You are from Mumbai, right? मुझे लगा था आप शायद इधर ही कहीं से हैं, आपके बोलने से लगता था सैफू. Hi dear Arshdeep, here is yours. Hello, if you could travel anywhere, where would it be? First of all, I wanna go to Saudi Arabia and then Switzerland, and I added Uzbekistan in my list. Hi dear Bernie, here is yours, and Turkey too. Oh Candy, मैनू चंगा नहीं लग्या, मैं लड़ाई कर ली. अच्छी बात है, possessive होना चाहिए. Hi dear Easter, here is yours. Hi dear Lucas, here is a good name. Hello dear Faika, here is yours. Hello dear Melena, here is a good name. हाँ हाँ इग्नोर करो. अब मैं किसी लड़की से बात करने लगूँ तो बीच में मेरी दादी बन के आ जाएगी. करो करो बात, आपसे कोई बात कर ही नहीं रही है, इसलिए तो फिर मैं आपकी बात का रिप्लाई करती हूँ ना. Your dream car, please tell. I am Pakistani too. BMW. Thanks for answering my question. Mine would definitely be England. मैंने फिर आला मुझसे क्यों कर ली बेचारे से. Hi dear Shida, here is a good name. आपने पूछा होगा ना उसको कैसे पता आप अच्छी हैं है ना. If you ever go to Saudi, just tell me, I might buy my ticket too. Okay. मुझे नहीं कर. ठीक है. Hi dear Soha. बस वो क्यों अच्छा है उसकी तारीफ हुई की. अरे वाह क्या बात है. Zoha, Where are you from? I don't understand your language, my honey. I understand the feeling, dear. अरे मेरा Q&A कर रहे हैं, मैंने पहले ही अपलोड किया हुआ है. हामिद अली खान जी. Hey dear Antonia, here is yours. Dear Zoha, here is yours. Hi dear Muslima, here is a good name. देखो मैं बातें कर रही हूँ ना, हम उधर के उधर ही लाइक्स अटके पड़े हैं हमारे. सिर्फ लेकिन बस आपकी ही सुनेंगे, आमीन आपकी सुनेंगे. अब चला बाय गुड वाला बाय बाय. ओके संजय जी, टेक केयर, बाय बाय. Hey dear Madeline, here is a good name. Hi dear Zoe, here is yours. Double tap on your screens. Ameen sum ameen. Ya Rabbul Alameen. Lakshita. Hello dear Lakshita, here is a good name. हाँ जी बोलिए. मैंने बोला, मैंने Q&A में सारा बताया, ड्रीम कार और फेवरेट कलर्स, फेवरेट मूवी, each and everything. Hello, how are you doing, please? Can you write your name? My name? Why not, dear? What if India and Pakistan finally become friends because of us? मुझे तो नहीं लग रहा. हाय क्या मतलब है तुम्हारा सैफू? भाई बोलूंगी अब तुमको मैं, देखना. सैफू भाई. रुको, मैं नाम लिखने लगी थी अपना, किसी ने रिक्वेस्ट की थी. डबल ए नहीं आता रे मेरे नाम में, अपना ही गलत लिख रही हूँ. Oh, hello dear, here is mine. लिखती हूँ लिटरली, कितने सारे लोगों के नाम थे, कितने सारे लोगों के ये वाले, और मैंने कितनी दफ़ा लिखा है. Okay, serious question. Can an Indian guy and Pakistani girl have a happy ending, or is Bollywood lying to us? Bollywood is lying to us. Can you do my bestie name Emily? Why not, dear? Here is yours. Hi, dear Elma. Here is your good name. वालेकुम अस्सलाम हाजिक भाई, आज तो ईद का चांद है. आप भी, मोजिम भाई भी, खतीजा जी भी, लाइक सारे ही ओल्डीज है ना, गुम हुए हुए हो भाई सबके सब. हाय डियर समारा, हियर इज ए गुड नेम. आज पता नहीं चीनी भाई कहाँ से निकल आए हैं इतने दिनों बाद. डोंट बाय मी, आई ना. हाँ, अब मैंने आपको भाई वाली बुक में ऐड कर लिया. भूख लग रही है, मुझे भी लग रही है सच में. अबीरा, हाय डियर अबीरा, हियर इज योर्स. खदीजा आपी ने कहा है कुछ तक नहीं आएंगी. अच्छा, ऐसा क्या? Hello dear Lisa, here is yours. Hi dear Shima, here is a good name. Hello dear Puke, here Puke. Here is yours. Yeah, na, na. Thanks, you're most welcome. Hello dear Jannat, here is a good name. Hamid. Hello dear Hamid, here is yours. Adiba Api? अदीबा. अदीबा का क्वेश्चन मैंने देखा नहीं है, किधर है अदीबा? अदीबा के Q&A का वेट करते करते बूढ़े हो जाना मैंने. अदीबा जी. Oh no, I do every day. Live. मिया. हाय डियर मिया, आज मैंने सोचा था पूरे 2 घंटे लाइव करूँगी. बातें करने में टाइम वेस्ट कर रहे हैं हम आज. नाम तो मैंने इतने सारे लिखे हैं, लेकिन देख लो अभी तक हमारे 117 बस लाइक अटके हुए हैं. Nikhil. Hi, Nikhil. How are you? Here is a good name. Hi, dear Sophia. Here is क्या हुआ है सफू भाई? Hi, dear Lena. Here is a good name. क्या आज ऐसा इरादा कैसे कर लिया आपने? देख लेना, लाइक करो सब। देखा, एक अच्छी सी बहन बनी है हमारी। हाय डियर सुहाना, हेयर इज ए गुड नेम। पता नहीं आज क्यों मैं बातें कर रही हूँ, यूजुअली मैं करती नहीं हूँ इतनी। हाय डियर वर्तिका, हेयर इज योर्स। हेलो डियर स्काइला, हेयर इज ए ब्यूटीफुल नेम। लाइक हम फोकस करते हैं राइटिंग पे, बट आज बातों में कर रहे हैं। हाय डियर जुमरा, हेयर इज योर्स। हेलो डियर डीमा। अजान हो रही है। Okay, so my voice is back. Hi, Nikat. Welcome. Hello, dear team. How are you guys? Double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Yeah, I have muted the live, dear. Thank you so much. Let's. Bye, dear Trixie. Take care. New Year. Good to know. Umar, here is yours. Let's see who is next. Isabella. Hello, dear Isabella. How are you? Hi, dear Kavya. Here is a good name. Hello. Hi, welcome. Dear Luna, here is yours. Hi, dear Huram. Here is your beautiful name. How are you? Hello, dear Gazelle. Here is your good name. Thank you. Hi, dear Isa. Here is yours. Thank you, Safu bro. Hey, dear Axa. Here is a good name. Hi, क्या नाम था आपका? Zahid Anwar. What's your name? Zahid. Here is yours. Hello, dear Pitchapon. Hard to pronounce for me, but yeah, here is yours. Samra, thank you so much for liking. Here is yours. Let's check the number of subscribers. Double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Hello, dear Juliana. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Nassere. Okay, let's see who is next. Shifa. Hello, dear. How are you? Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button. Okay, Safu. Hey, dear Gaurav, how are you? Loisy, hi, welcome. How are you? Guys, double tap on your screens and don't forget to press the subscribe button there. Loicy. Hi, dear Sandra. Here is yours. Hello, dear Gamma. Here is yours. Hey, dear Astres. Here is yours. What's your plan, dear Sephu, bro? Hi, dear Dennis. Here is yours. Hello, dear Abdullah. Here is your good name. Okay, I think have to end the stream because Umar. Hi, Umar is done, man. Shiva is done though. Nabila. Here is your good name, Srikar. Hello, dear Srikar. Here is yours. We are literally stuck on 132. Can we make it 135 at least, guys? Come on, double tap on your screens. Amir. Hi, Amir. How are you? Here is yours. Hey, dear Bella. Here is a good name. Vinod. Hi, dear Vinod. Here is yours. Hi, dear Jafer. Here is your beautiful name. Umar, okay, dear Umar, here is yours. Hello, dear Ariba. Here is yours. Thank you so much, dear Amina. You know your name is on the thumbnail for this live. Hi, dear Noah. Here is your good name. Hello, dear Helena. One of my favorite names. Here is yours. Hi, dear Maliha. Here is yours. You are the cutest, dear. Thank you. Welcome back. Hi, dear Samiha. Here is yours. Hi, dear Ishal. Here is a good name. Thank you so much, dear Anika. Here is yours. Let's see who is next. Hi, dear Lacey. Here is a good name. Thank you so much, dear. Hi, dear Janet. Here is yours. Thank you. Hi, dear Sarah. Here is yours. Oh, I think the second option is pretty good. Hi, dear Ingrid. Here is yours. Hello, dear Zahid. Here is a good name. Hi, dear Mio. Here is yours. Nifty, remember me. Okay, done, dear Nifty. Hi, dear Mile. Here is your good name. You're most welcome, dear. Hello, dear Mark. Here is yours. Hi, dear Sabrina. Here is your good name. Hi, dear Eliza. Here is yours. Hi, dear Joy. Here is your beautiful name. Hi, dear Avon. Here is yours. Thank you. I am watching from Japan. Thank you so much. So good to have you here, dear. Hi, dear Alia. Here is a beautiful name. Hi, dear Afrina. Here is yours. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And it's too hot here. I was saying that you were planning to go to, but no, not at all. Hi, dear. Okay, for you, dear. Here is yours. Hello, dear Alex. Here is your good name. Hi. No, I'm not. No, I'm not from Japan. Hey, dear Rose. Here is yours. Hi, dear Aisha. Here is your beautiful name. Okay, guys, now it's time to end the stream. Don't forget to double tap on your screens and see you tomorrow. We want to go Saudi. Yeah, Saudi Arabia is my dream place. And inshallah, जाएंगे कभी तो. Okay, guys, now I am going to end the stream. Now, yeah, wait a minute. Okay, then. Inshallah. Take care. Thank you so much, dear Zoya. Acha. Thank you, dear Ariba. Good night. Okay, Yamul Bhai. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And now it's time to say goodbye. Good night. What do you mean by Mrs. Pakistan? Bye. Okay, bye. Take care. Don't be sad, Steffu. I'll be back. Yumna. Yumna. Yumna and Zores. अमर भाई 3 बजे के बाद टाइम नहीं होता बहुत मुश्किल होता तो मैं खुद लाइव आती ना 3 बजे Okay, guys, Leela in the next live, Ashi, Zandra in the next live for sure, guys. Now it's time to end the stream and take care. Goodbye. Love you all. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for your precious time, guys. See you. Hi, Yuan. Take care. Bye. Good night. See y'all. Bye.